तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय
असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय
असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय
सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्वी अवधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः Good evening. You have heard me so much. Today we have a guest in our midst, Sri Arjun. So, he is a research professor in the US. I just asked him to share some of his experiences. He had completed his PhD in the US, was graduated from IIT Hyderabad. So, something about career, something about language learning. Over to Arjun.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks to Swamiji. He asked me to speak a few words to you guys today, particularly about comparing and contrasting the educational society in US versus here in India, and also what skill sets that I could recommend for you guys to help in your language learning and other courses. In order to compare and contrast, one major feature or quality I see distinct between US and India is in US, I think, all of you guys know that in US the educational quality is much higher than in India. Even if you take the top IITs or RECs or NITs, even when you compare them to the topmost universities, they are not on par. And why is it so? One could say that the students there are very hardworking. I guess that is one quality that the Indian students lack. we guys are a bit lazy. I mean, I'm from India, so I see that when we are young, we are a bit lazy. We depend a lot on our parents, and we expect our parents to, bring us up. Whereas in the US, as soon as you reach maybe 10 or 15 years, the child starts to be more independent. He starts doing internships at the age of 15, and then he starts earning money, and then he doesn't depend on his parents. So I guess laziness is one thing that we need to keep a watch on. And many times I heard Swamiji saying that we also don't read a lot after some age, like maybe after 10th class or whatever, we stop reading books. So one way we could overcome our laziness is to have an active activity like reading books. That could either be the books that that are related to your subject, or any other like spiritual books, like the holy books, like either the Quran, Bible, or Gita, whatever. So that's the negative side of being an Indian student versus US. And I want to also focus on what are the good things that we Indian students have. We have a very strong foundation in spirituality. That's one thing that is lacking in the US. The general public there are very worldly, materialistic society, so not to blame them. But one good fortune we have is we have our strong foundation in scriptures. That is one thing we have to leverage, which we don't. So our scriptures, our religion teaches us a lot how to evolve as a human, and by not paying attention to them, we are missing a lot on those great treasures we have. Just simple facts like don't be desireless, don't go behind desires a lot. This is emphasized way and again in all our scriptures, be it the Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, Puranas. Be desireless, but we seldom pay any attention to that. It reminds me of one story that I've recently read. So it dates back to the Mahabharata time, and the war was going on between the Pandavas and the Kauravas, and Bhagwan Vyasa was given the task of documenting the war, because someone has to document what exactly happened, so that we have the fortune of knowing what happened like 5,000 years ago. So Vyasa was going to the war field, Kurukshetra, to witness this war. And while he was walking towards the war field, he saw a small ant or an insect that was crossing the road. And then he suddenly saw that the ant started moving fast. He was puzzled. Why this insect was walking slowly and then suddenly started running. So he gave some divine power to the ant so that they both could communicate. So he asked the ant, "Hey ant, why you were walking slowly, suddenly you started running? What's the reason? Can you tell me?" The ant said, "Oh Bhagavan Vyasa, what can I tell you? You already know everything. While I was walking slowly, I saw that Arjuna's chariot was coming rushedly towards me. And if I walked very slowly, then Arjuna's chariot would have crushed me. So in order to save myself, I started running." Then Vyasa asked that insect, "Oh insect, you are such a tiny species. Even you have so much attachment to your life. Like we humans, we are like so evolved. We have we are much more powerful than you insects. So we have interests on our lives. We want to save our lives. We want to compete with other humans and live. But you are insect. So why do you have so much love towards your life?" Then the insect, gave a very insightful answer. The insect said, "Oh Vyasa, it's true, but then I don't see what is the difference between humans and insects. We insects, we also eat, you humans eat. We also sleep, you humans sleep. We also, procreate, and you also procreate. So if it's just boiling down to eating, sleeping, and mating, then we are you insects and humans are not a big difference." Now this was a very insightful story for me. So just pay attention to this fact that as humans born in India, we have such a big rich heritage and culture, where the rishis have time and again emphasized that, if it's just boiling down to eating, sleeping and mating, then, you're wasting this precious human life. So you have to go beyond these animalistic tendencies and realize why you have got a human birth. There's a bigger reason, and this is what our Swamijis here in all the classes like Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam or the daily Sunday lectures, time and again they remind us what is the purpose of human life. So this is a one great advantage we Indian students have, and you should make use of it. Beyond that, there are several other points that I could probably share, but I will do that at some other future time if I get an opportunity.